Please welcome to the stage, Monica.
So it was June 2015, and I was working on a poster for my friend Catherine. I had to rush. I had to choose just the right photographs, one showing her effervescent, contagious smile and standing by a river with her dog in the woods to showcase her love of the outdoors. Next, I carefully crafted the text modeled on examples I had found online. Catherine was the type of quirky, cool, little bit of a geek who used to drag me to indie films with subtitles that neither of us always totally understood. These deep socio-political talked about at length over slices of cheesecake at the Skylark Diner. Catherine used to quote from Al Jazeera and the BBC. She was addicted to coffee from Wawa's. And she liked nothing better than to spend a Sunday afternoon grooming or riding horses. With her lustrous dark hair and sparkling Irish eyes, Catherine was always 5 pounds. Wasn't everyone? She was a little depressed about life and the state of the world, but wasn't everyone? Catherine had recently quit her job, and she was planning to move to New York City. She was the quintessential small-town girl who had bigger dreams. And she talked about in the city often, a busier, more meaningful life, more arts and culture, more friends, more family, more community. 2 of her closest friends had moved that spring, and I was out of the country for a few weeks. But that June, I came home one Tuesday, dark, cold, rainy, stormy night, to a voicemail from Catherine's mom asking me to have Kathy call her. Catherine had told her she'd be hanging out with me that evening. She wasn't. I had a flashback to high school days when we used to cover for each other when someone was out with a boy. But Catherine was not on a date. She was, and I was the last one to have seen her. Our friends, her sisters, members of her hiking group, we put up those missing posters all over North Brunswick where she lived and around the Palisades Interstate Park where she had abandoned a car that she had borrowed from our friend Bonnie. We talked to the police, we talked to the media, we organized search parties, contacted a psychic who predicted that Catherine would be discovered near a body of water. I don't believe in psychics. But this chilled me because it was entirely plausible. The body of a woman was found at the bottom of a cliff in the Palisades State Park, jogging by. Police had to rappel down to get her. It took them 2 days to identify the body as Catherine. It was the second body found in the area that week. This was surreal. I couldn't grasp it. Thoughts kept running through my mind in a simplistic manner, like a Dick and Jane book. See Catherine. Catherine is alone. Catherine is sad. See Catherine drive. See Catherine jump. It was a dark and stormy night. It was a dark and stormy night. And I realized this had been planned. I realized too late that Catherine leaving her job, purging her possessions, giving away boxes and boxes, putting her furniture in storage, had perhaps been less about her clearing her apartment for a move and more about clearing her life for... Just a couple of months earlier, Catherine had trekked through that park with her hiking group. Had she been scoping out a place to jump from even then? For 3 nights leading up to that fateful jump, she stayed at a hotel right outside the park. Did she walk the trails each of those days, working up the courage? Survivors who attempted suicide by jumping have unified that they regretted their actions the moment they were in the air. I kept replaying what I imagined to be Catherine's last terrifying moments when she jumped. What was she thinking as she fell through the rain? Did she die instantly? Or did she lie there for agonizing seconds? Days afterwards, her body broken and helpless on the rocks. I had nightmares for weeks that Catherine showed up at my front door in the middle of the night, Pet Cemetery style, her clothes dripping river water, her drenched hair partially covering her face, her eyes pleading for help. One man who jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge and died left behind a note stating that if just one person would smile at him on the way there, he would not go through with it. It seems no one did. September is National Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month. The Buddha acknowledged that life is suffering. Even Buffy the Vampire Slayer said, the hardest thing about this world is just living in it. Everyone around you is suffering. The bank teller's husband beat her last night. That guy sitting next to you on the subway just got fired. The elderly man eating alone at the mall cafeteria feels worthless. Your cousin's joints hurt so much she can't think straight. That friend who hasn't called you in months is drowning in despair. Everyone is suffering, just dealing with the collateral damage of living. What can we do? We can start by offering a smile, kind words, compassion instead of judgment. We can delve more deeply and mindfully into the worries and fears of friends and family. We can approach everyone with the spirit of Ubuntu, which means we are all connected. Everyone is seeking connection. Everyone is seeking love. In a world where people are often experiencing a dark and stormy life, we can be a source of light. Thank you.
Mónica, en su historia, ella tuvo que buscar las fotos de su mejor amiga, que estaba desaparecida. Después de unos días la encontraron muerta en un abismo ella se había tirado. Ella siempre se va a preguntar si su amiga se arrepintió, porque la mayoría de gente que está a punto de matarse se arrepiente. Siempre se va a preguntar si su amiga sufrió. Y en septiembre es el mes de la prevención del suicidio. Y si ustedes tienen la oportunidad de ayudar a Isa, la gran mayoría de personas que no sabemos que pueden estar pasando malos momentos. Y es difícil poder lidiar con todas las cosas que pasamos solamente por la necesidad de que vivimos todos los días. Siempre tengan eso en mente y si pueden ayudar a alguien, siempre háganlo con una sonrisa.